Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. It's Yharnam speaking, and it's my pleasure to be playing through Hidetaka Miyazaki's masterfully realized world of Bloodborne. I'll be attempting to get as many of the items as I can, whilst also doing it in a no-hits, no-deaths fashion. Now, I've unquestionably made this easier on myself by employing hard saves, details of which I'll leave in the description.
Oh, yes. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract. Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
You found yourself a hunter.
Quick heads up before we begin, I'm on NG3+, so stats and equipment accumulated from previous playthroughs has carried over. My hunter is of noble origin at blood level 180 and specializes in skill and blood tinge. Upon awakening, we notice the old minister is nowhere to be found, with nothing but a low note left in his place, which reads, "Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt." This message will bear more significance to us as we progress through the game, so for now, a quick explanation on the events thus far. Our playable character was afflicted by an unnamed disease. His search for a cure has brought him to a blood administration clinic in central Yharnam. Yharnam is renowned for its miraculous healing blood, said to cure all ailments. Now, despite the questionable side effects, our character deems the blood transfusion to be a necessary risk and signs the contract to become a hunter, after which we fall unconscious and drift into a nightmare. In my opinion, this nightmare, and the burning blooded beast, symbolizes our character's innate resistance to the beast within oneself. As such, he's permitted to enter the dreaming world by the messengers, who are inhabitants of the dream and act as gatekeepers. So I found the best way to attack the first beast is to sneak up behind him until you're in range for a ranged attack. Perform that by pushing the direction button and the attack button simultaneously, avoid his counter, target for a backstab by holding the heavy attack, and finish him off with a repulse by pressing the attack once more. Alternatively, you can avoid him completely by running for your dear life, but don't worry too much if you die. You will only be transported to the Hunter's Dream, which is where we're headed to now. Slow walking has its benefits. Not only does it allow you to admire the artistic ambience glory of the Gothic pre-industrial European architecture, it's also quite useful for sneaking up on enemies. Now be sure to speak with the gentleman behind the window with the red lamp. Exhausting his dialogue will allow us to obtain the weapon, the flame sprayer, in the future. So once you're ready to obtain some weaponry for the hunt, light the lamp and visit the hunter's dream.
Oh, you must be a hunter. And not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yharnam has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. List whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good. Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yharnam lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood, or so they say. Yharnamites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance. Across the valley to the east of Yharnam, you'll find the Cathedral Ward. Deep within lies the old main cathedral, said to be the source of blood. I haven't heard of pale blood, but that's your best bet if it's anything to do with unique types of blood.
First things first, let's get a weapon. We have 3 to choose from. First off is the Saw Cleaver. It requires 8 strength and 7 skill to wield. The Saw Cleaver, effective at drawing the blood of the beast, transforms into a long cleaver that makes use of the centrifugal force. The saw, with its sets of bloodletting teeth, has become a symbol of the hunt and only grows in effectiveness the more grotesquely transform the beast. Next, the Hunter's Axe, 9 strength and 8 skill to wield. One of the trick weapons of the workshop commonly used on the hunt, retains the qualities of an axe but offers a wide palette of attacks by transforming, boasts a heavy blunt attack leading to high rally potential. No matter their past, beasts are no more than beasts. Some choose this axe to play the part of the executioner. Last but by no means least, the threaded cane. It requires 7 strength and 9 skill to wield, one of the trick weapons of the workshop commonly used by the hunters on their duties, sufficiently deadly as a rigid bladed cane, but also serves as a whip when its blade is split into many. Concealing the weapon inside a cane and flogging the beast with the whip is partly an act of ceremony, an attempt to demonstrate to oneself that the bloodlust of the hunt will never encroach upon the soul. Now to choose firearm. The hunter's pistol requires 7 strength, 9 skill, 5 blunt tinge, and is described as a pistol made at the workshop for hunter stalking beasts. Hunter firearms are specially crafted to employ Quicksilver bullets fused with the wielder's own blood, boosting damage to beasts. The pistol is a quicker draw than the blunderbuss, allowing for a speedier response to attacks. Next, the hunter's blunderbuss requires 7 strength, 9 skill, and 5 blood tinge. A blunderbuss created at the workshop for the hunter's line of work. The impact of this highly effective weapon counters beasts' swift movements, and its widespread is nigh on guaranteed to hit the mark. If you're playing a new game file, you'll also be able to collect a notebook used to communicate between hunters online. If someone rates your message, your health will be fully restored, so it can be very useful. The item is described as follows. Messengers are inhabitants of the dream who revere the brave hunters. Use them to send messages to other worlds. You'll also be able to find the hunter's mark in your inventory, dangling upside down rune, etched in one's mind, symbol of the hunter. By focusing one's thoughts on this rune, a hunter loses all blood echoes, but awakens afresh, as if it were all a bad dream.
Aha! You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home for now. I am Gairman, friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it. This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the dog, should it please you.
Damn, Gurman has no chill. Anyway, once we've collected some Kara runes, the memory altar can be used to commune with the gods, allowing us to enhance our character abilities. The second law node reads, to escape this dreadful hunter's dream, halt the source of spreading scourge of beasts, lest this night carry on forever. You can also use the workshop to repair and fortify your weapons. When your inventory becomes full, items get allocated to the storage. It's also quite useful to declutter your inventory. The doll can be used to level up, but requires 1 insight to reanimate. This can be gained by entering the boss area, or by collecting Madman's knowledge. We'll be doing the latter soon. The bath messages can be used to purchase, sell weapons, equipment, items and attire. Blood vase. Special blood used in administration restores 40% hit points. Once a patient has had their blood administered, a unique but common treatment in Yharnam, successive infusions recall the first and are all the more invigorating for it. No surprise that most Yharnamites are heavy users of blood. Quicksilver bullets. Special bullets used with hunter firearms. Ordinary bullets have no effect on beasts, and so Quicksilver bullets fused with the wielder's own blood must be employed. The strength of a Quicksilver bullet depends greatly on the wielder's blood tinge. Molotov cocktails. Explodes in raging flames when thrown against an object, one of the oldest hunter tools available in the workshop. Since the tragedy that struck old Yharnam, fire has become a staple in beast hunts, and is thought to cleanse impurity. Certain types of beast have an abnormal fear of flame. Pebble. Small pebbles found throughout Yharnam can be thrown at foes. Quite thrilling. Yharnam hunter attire. Ludwig, the first hunter of the Healing Church, once recruited Yharnamites to serve as hunters. This hunter's attire was made for new recruits and has excellent straightforward defenses, but not nearly enough to allow an ordinary man to stand any real chance against the beast. This will be the best time to equip your essentials before we return to the waking world. For reference, my hunter is sporting Gascoigne's cap, Canehurst armor, knight's gloves and Gurman's trousers. The weapons I'll be using are the threaded cane, Shikage, the Evelyn and the hunter's torch. In regards to the starting weapon, pick one that best suits your build and playstyle. Each weapon has its pros and cons. The charge attack on the Hunter's Axe knocks most enemies off their feet, whilst the Saw Cleaver and their transformed Threaded Cane do 20% extra serrated damage to beasts, helpful for the first few bosses. Don't worry too much if you can't decide, we'll be able to purchase all three when we obtain the Saw Hunter badge in approximately 40 minutes. As soon as you're ready to return to the waking world, interact with the tombstone to return to Central Yharnam.